Welcome to Finding Holiness, where we delve into timeless Torah wisdom, revealing the sacred in everyday moments. Join us on a journey to elevate your spirituality and discover holiness in every aspect of life. I'm your host, Rabbi David Kadosh, and together, let's embark on a path of spiritual exploration. I hope you enjoy this next episode. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode on the Finding Holiness podcast. I'd like to revert way back a few months where we began studying this holy book called Bilvavi, Mishkan, Evne, a popular book nowadays on Musar ethics. It's being read by hundreds, if not thousands, of Jews by a modern-day rabbi who has managed to pierce the hearts of those trying to find themselves and trying to discover what life is all about. This episode is not being studied publicly. There is no live listeners. There's no one listening on Zoom. It is really my own personal learning, and I figured that we can record the learning and the Sefer as I go through it, trying to unearth some of the gems that are found in this Sefer and talk about them. And I would like you to join with me as we go about this. Bilvavi Mishkan Evne is, like I said, a monumental work. There are 9 chapters to this book that spans over 5 volumes of, roughly 250, 300 pages for each volume. So there's a lot happening, lots going on, a lot of amazing things that he speaks about. And again, I did record a lengthy lecture about this a few months back, but I felt it was important to restart and try to delve into the wonderful ideas that he speaks about. So, like I said, I invite you to hear along with me as I read this and translate this. And again, if you can come up with any underlying lesson, message, life-changing notion or idea, then it's all worth it. So without further ado, here is the beginning of his first chapter. It is a very, very long chapter, but he divides the chapters into many subcategories or parts. So chapter 1, part Aleph, he says as follows: Reshit avodat ha'adam levarer le'atzmo ma ha'tachlit shel hayav. That man's ultimate purpose is to clarify what exactly his purpose is in life. That's what his main work should be. Not a physical type of work, but more of a mental type of work. What is my purpose in life? Nakdim hakdama ketzara ledevarim. Let us bring a small introduction to these words. What does he mean by this? Kol Yehudi yodea davar pashut. Every Jew knows something very pashut, very simple. Sheyesh bore la'olam shebara ta'olam. There is a creator of the universe who created the universe. Ubara oto. Muhaye et kol ha'olam kulo. And he sustains every living being. Ubichlalam af oto. And part of that klal, part of that group who are being sustained, is that man, that person. This is a fundamental idea that every Jew knows and believes. Habore olam omer lekol adam mahu mevakesh mimenu. The Creator tells every man exactly what he needs from him. Ela, however, sheshoresh habe'aya ne'utza bekach sheha'adam lo baru lo ma kadosh baruch hu rotze mimenu. The problem is, man doesn't know what God wants from him. Ma bidyuk hakadosh baruch hu sho'el u'mvakesh mimenu lasot bimechayav. What exactly God is requesting during his years on this earth. ואם ישאל השואל, וכי עסקינן באדם שאינו יודע שתורה מן השמיים? And if maybe a person can ask, does man know, does he not know that the Torah is from heaven? כבר קיבלנו את התורה שבה מבואר שתכלית האדם בימי חייו לקיים את כל תרי"ג המצוות. And therefore our purpose is to fulfill all the 613 mitzvot. Meaning, a person can rebut this argument and say, well, I know what my purpose is. God gave the Torah on Har Sinai with 613 mitzvot. And therefore, the underlying purpose of this world is to fulfill all 613 mitzvot. So why are you telling me that man doesn't know what God wants from me? I know exactly what God wants from me. Aval be'emet, but really, he says, ha'olam nikra olam milashon ha'elem, that this world is called olam because of what is concealed. Vekan ba'olam habilbul gadol me'od. This world is filled with a lot of disarrangement, a lot of bilbul, confusion. Ki kach retzono yitbarach shemo, because this is God's will. Shekol zman she'adam lo mishtokek ve'amal me'od lebarer bidyuk ma Hashem Elohecha shol me'imach. As long as man is not yearning to find out and clarify exactly what God wants from him, lo yadazot, he won't know. V'chayav yiyu b'malach shel irvu v'helem, and his life will continue to walk in this way of confusion. V'lo yeh lo derech berura ketzad ovdim et haborei yitbarach shemo. And the path becomes unclear. He will not have a clear path how to serve God. You think you know what you're doing. You believe this is the right way. But as long as you're not constantly yearning, as long as that goal is not set from the onset on why you are doing such, the path is not clear. כלומר, בוודאי שאדם יודע שצריך לקיים את התרי"ג מצוות. So now he answers the question that the asker, we said, had. Obviously, we know that a man has to fulfill all 613 mitzvot. Ulam, avodat Hashem hi ena rak kiyum shel mitzvot nifzarot kol pa'am ma shemizdamen lo la'adam. The service of God is not just fulfilling the random mitzvot whenever they just happen to fall upon a person. Ela hatariag mitzvot, rather the 613 mitzvot, tzarich she'adam yikaimam betzura shel binyan. They must be built like one would build and construct a building. Sha'mitzvot yivnu et ha'adam karaui. And the mitzvot, in essence, help build a person properly. V'lachen tzarich derech berura, and hence a person needs a clear path to know ketzad kiyum hamitzvot naasa betzura shel binyan, to know exactly how the fulfillment of the mitzvot will allow you to build this edifice. Ma'u hareshit shel binyan, what is the foundation of that building? Uma ha'emshech, and what comes next? Uma ha'tachlit shel kol kiyum hamitzvot, and what is the purpose of the fulfillment of this mitzvot? So it's not just enough to say, okay, I'm fulfilling the mitzvah, 630 mitzvot, let's bring it on as they come. No, there must be an order to it. There must be a way that I have to fulfill these commandments in a way that will build myself up to be a proper Jew and a proper human being. Kelomar, al ha'adam levarer ketzad kiyum hamitzvot boneh et nafsho. Man has to discern how the fulfillment of mitzvot builds his soul. The ketzad hame'alech shel kiyum hadvarim, Ma'u reshit, ma'amshech, ma'tachlit. What is your foundation? What goes on above? And what is your purpose? What is your apex? What is your reason why you're doing so? Hataryag mitzvot netanu la'adam, natnu la'adam. The 613 mitzvot were given to man. Ulam al ha'adam levarer lo eze mitzvah yesh latchil ba. But it's up to man to figure out which mitzvah he must begin with. Kamuvan sheyesh mitzvot shel kol yom. We know that there are mitzvot that are relevant every day. B'shel zemanim shepashut tzedek yuman v'lo bazeh askinan. And then there are ones that are, given at certain times, and we're not dealing with these. And we have Ahavat Hashem, the love of God, Yirat Hashem, fear of God, Devekut B'Hashem, the clinging to God, mitzvot rabot, many mitzvot. V'tzarich la'asot seder badvarim. There must be an order. Yediat haseder habarur hu ha'elem. And when a person does not have knowledge of that order, when he's lost, then the world becomes ha'elem. The world becomes concealed. Uksheyesh ha'elem, kashe le'asig et tachlit ha'mitzvot. And once there's concealment, once there's a mixture, once there's confusion, then it's very difficult to figure out and reveal what the purpose is of the mitzvot. Let's look at part 2, part bet. Reshit kol, lifnei shenigash lebirur hadevarim. It goes first and foremost, before we approach understanding and clarifying all these words. Tzarich sheyeh ratzon amiti levarer et hadevarim. There must be a will on the learner, the studier, that you want this. Tzarich listakel al ha'chayim b'tzura nechona. Person must look at his life with the right mindset. Le'avin ma ma'madenu kan ba'olam, to know why we stand here. Shekol hayenu enam ela kedei la'avor oto yitbarach shemo. Our entire life has one purpose, only one purpose, to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bechovatenu, and our obligation. Bezechutenu, and our merit. Hu she'alenu levarer el kol tzurat ha'chayim kan. Whole purpose and obligation is to form and clarify why we are here, what life is about. Alenu lehavin ulhargish shemakom hamenucha beha'oneg shayach le'olam hasachar gan eden bekadome. And really, any type of rest, any enjoyment, any pleasure belongs to the world of reward, which is that of Gan Eden. Bechan, here in this world, kol tachlitenu hu la'avod oto yitbarach shemo. Our entire purpose is to serve God. Da'alenu levarer, it's on us to clarify mahi haderech mutzeket sheba anu nidroch la'avod oto yitbarach shemo. Which is the path that we are going to take? Which highway will get us to that goal, that objective? Hadevarim she'anu oskim bahem kan hem enam rayonot. What we are speaking about here, what we are going to delve in, are not just ideas, they're not just theses. Ela derech chayim peshuto kemashma'o. This is the way of life. This is it. Tzura ketzad lichyot chayim amitim ala adamot. How a man should live while here on earth. Chayim shemevi'im et ha'adam lidei tachlit haretzuya. A life that will bring a person to the ultimate purpose. Nishtadel levarer et hadevarim min hakal el hakaved. We will attempt to clarify this, starting from the more simple terms to the more deeper, heavier terms. Shlav al gabe shlav, one level after the next. Sheyes sulam barur kechol shenitan, like a ladder. Shenireh leneged einenu Olam Barur Ketzad Haderech HaMiusedet La'avor Oto Yitbarach. So that when we finally reach the top of that ladder, it will be clear how we got there, and it will be well grounded in terms of our search for serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We'll stop here for today. I hope you can join me next time as we continue this amazing, incredible Sefer, Bilvavi, Mishkan, Evne. To see all the previous episodes on this topic and others, again, check out our website at findingholiness.com. Have a great day.